Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, I say.
Hello people, alright, today you will know a little more about England and see how interesting it is. It is located on the island of Great Britain. I think it is small, let me increase it a little.
The population of Ingrid is made up of 51 million people, mostly white. The form of government of the United Kingdom and its overseas territories is the constitutional monarchy, which Queen Elizabeth II, a monarchy being the king with the longest throne in history. In the economy, the most profitable sector is services in the areas of tourism, banking, and insurance. Banking the largest financial centre in London, it also has industries and agriculture. Christianity is the largest religious denomination in the country, through two main currents: Anglicanism, the country's official religion, and Roman Catholicism. Its crown is the pound sterling.
British English is the main language in the UK, being spoken monolingually by more than 9% of the UK population. The languages spoken in the United Kingdom are English, Welsh, Scottish Gaelic, Irish Gaelic, Scots. How the English language came about? The English language is a Germanic language that emerged in the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms of the English due to the mixture of several dialects that lived in British archipelago. The most important two dialects and languages for the development of English were Anglo-Frisian, Saxon, British, Celtic, Franco-Norman, and Latin.
By knowing how England was formed, we can understand the customs, habits, language, among other aspects of this nation. Archaeological evidence suggests that the south of England was populated much earlier than the rest of the island due to the mild climate. Among the few archaeological finds that these people left behind are the megaliths of Stonehenge, Avebury, and other associated sites. These have been declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. The peoples that populated the island are the Celts tribes like the Britons, the Picts, and the Gaels, all of which are not originally from there. The Romans only managed to invade the island on the third expedition, a Viking occupation, one of the bloodiest revolts in the empire. This began to shape the country we are getting to now, as its infrastructure, culture, and religion, with the introduction of Christianity. After centuries, it has suffered all the invasions, the Anglo-Saxon, Viking, and Norman, coming from the north of France. The country's most important document is the Magna Carta, signed in 1215. A century later it enters the Hundred Years' War and forms the oldest alliance in force, the Luso-British Alliance. King Henry XVIII of the Tudor House. This house is the result of the War of the Roses. This monarch was England's first absolutist and furthermore founded the Anglican Church. Do not having authorization from the Pope for separation from his wife, among other reasons. In the 16th century, the rise of the British Navy began. with the defeat of the Spanish Navy, the establishment of colonies in the British East India Company. It was also the stage for two more revolutions, the civil, the glorious, and the industrial, the latter that agitated the world. This nation defeated Napoleon and had a decisive participation in the two world wars. The British Empire reached its peak in 1920, covering almost a quarter of the Earth's outer mass, and ending in 1997 as one of the causes of World War II for lack of money.
I'll talk a little about culture and English. There's a lot of admiration for the parents, but pleasing her family. Wedding on May, having custom trips, £2 million. Having been released, adding to Lies Ludwig success. In English events, football, weddings, fanatics about jazz sports. The pubs, English institution, depending on the city. All you see announced having corner. A wide educated population with sometimes grades in person, not English call. Full English breakfast isn't typical English. Breakfasts experience breakfast for
The world of rock international music. The most popular are Queen, The Beatles, Pink Floyd, and Rolling Stones. Pop music is also very popular too. The singles Ride Greater Vibes and Ed Sheeran, Adele, Sam Smith, among others all also stand out. Typical foods most consumed in English are fish and chips, bangers and mash, evening tea, scones, Victoria sponge cake, chicken tikka masala.
English folklore has many legends, tradition, popular beliefs, mixed dancing, and cultural manifestation. Feature folklore, period made the kingdom, making peasant fairs in England.
The Queen's Guard is the name given to the infantry contingent responsible for guarding Buckingham Palace and St James's Palace, including Clare House in London. The Guard is made up of a company of soldiers from a single regiment with a divided into provinces, a detachment for Buckingham Palace and a detachment for St James's Palace. They are provided sentries during the day and night, and during the hours that follow patrol grounds of the palace. Tourism in English attracts a lot of people. Travelers of all status went to know the Queen's Lands. In addition to the capital London, it has several other English destinations indications. The Queen's Lands brings together both antiques and more modern attractions. Its countless parks, museums, arts galleries, restaurants, and many other leisure options manage to trace a path between the past and the present combining history, art, music, cuisine, and many other aspects in one place. In 2016, the country breaks a record of freeing tourists with no less than 37 million and 1,602,000 visitors from the other countries.
Curiosities. Pubs are very popular. Traditionally are very polite educated. Everyone values punctuality. People avoid eye contact. Men think that Big Ben is the name of the watch, but is actually the name of the bill.
It is difficult to imagine anything more English than time, although we know that it was the cultivation of this drink that originated in China in 1662 in a recently restored British monarchy. When Catarina de Bragança, daughter of the Portuguese King João IV, won the hand of the English King Carlos II, he brought with him various gifts such as spices, gold, porcelain, pots, and among others. The England was not popular and used only for medicinal purposes. In Portugal it was drunk by the richest. The Queen brought the habit of drinking in her routine, something that other nobles wanted to imitate, especially women, to end her social cycle. Also because the drink is expensive. Because the British even had no road to the coast of the Indians, so they negotiated with the Dutch, who had high taxes. Another factor that populated tea is the beauty of the porcelain that Catarina used, and not the dairy that she brought with her. Portugal was one of the routes by which porcelain arrived in Europe. Porcelain was sometimes expensive, so the poorest used clay products. For all these factories, it became popular for the first time in the aristocracy, as a way to show its wealth, and with time it enters the poorest layers. Even in London it's possible to experience these aristocratic tea hours, of which the most famous are from the hotels. Ritz, Claridge's, and Lennon Palm Court, which claims to be the birthplace of 5 o'clock tea. Great Britain is a large island in Europe, which includes Scotland, England, and Wales. Wales is considered an annexed region of England because at the end of the 13th century, the king invaded the region previously inhabited by the Celts, and after a while Parliament unified the legal system through acts and laws. This process ended 1542. In 1603, Queen Elizabeth died and the closest relative takes over, the King of Scotland James. England had already made failed attempts at domination. In 1707, the two kingdoms joined the Act of Union, thus creating the Kingdom of Great Britain, its inhabitants being called British. England had tried to dominate Ireland since the 12th century, but it resisted like Scotland. In the 17th century Britain already had a great influence on the island, and in 1801 it was unified through another Act of Union. The Kingdom of Great Britain is now called the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, with the flag that continues today. but most of the population did not accept this unification. In 1922, the part formed the Free State of Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, but 6 northern colonies remained loyal to England, remaining unified. Then the kingdom is renamed the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
This video was developed by students Ingrid, Juliana, Leandro, Maria, and Miriane. Thanks for your attention. If you like the give a thumbs up and bye!